the members, the projects, and even the criteria has changed. But one thing has remained constant, our ethos. Creating business, transforming lives.
I'm Josh.
I'm Carl.
I'm Lucy.
I'm Nick.
I'm Charlotte.
I'm Elliot, and we are representing Enactus Nottingham.
This year, our 91 dedicated members have taken our 8 social enterprises to the next level, both locally and internationally.
Acquiring our very own warehouse in Nottingham.
Presenting at the G20 Summit in Brisbane.
Generating £72,000, allowing us to tackle more needs, create more business, transform more lives.
Today, we are proud to present 2 social enterprises close to our hearts. Think for the future and empower Malawi.
We value our roots. Our needs assessment showed us that in our city there are opportunities, there are prospects, but not for those with a criminal record.
We are going to talk you through how we've created a business that employs 5 ex-offenders, giving them a sustainable wage, a career, and a second chance in life. Meet Terry. Her past threatened to forever define her future.
I tried anything, most ridiculous jobs, and just kind of getting turned down all the time. When I was going for the interviews, I already knew I wasn't going to get the jobs. So I was setting myself up to fail.
3 years ago, we delivered workshops in prisons which aimed to increase ex-offenders' employability. We had a 0% success rate. Not one individual from our programme left prison and found a job.
We realised that if the current job market wasn't willing to employ ex-offenders, we had to take our project beyond workshops and create our own jobs. To create a business and provide these jobs, we needed to find a market opportunity.
We identified that in the last 8 years, there's been a 76% reduction in the delivery of personal, social, health education, ESHE, within schools. This means that thousands of children across the country aren't receiving effective education on the real-life issues that they face as young adults. Ofsted reports have identified Nottinghamshire schools as being in need of significant improvement in PSHE.
The key thing missing from school's curriculum is real-life education, and real-life experiences are exactly what our needs group have.
Having previously lived a life of crime,
Drug use,
Gang culture.
Prostitution.
Sexual exploitation.
our beneficiaries have the experiences which make them the perfect educators on these topics.
this not only makes them unique, but superior in the delivery of PSHE. This was the perfect market.
The Think for the Future business model works by selling PSHE education to schools and organisations. This generates our business revenue.
Given that schools are not open all year round, we deliver specialised teacher training packages over summer for the national organisation Teach First, training their entire East Midlands cohort. This creates a sustainable cash flow all year round.
To deliver these sessions and run the business, we employ 5 ex-offenders just like Terry. She earns £126 a week for 3 days' work in our very own Think for the Future office.
On average, we sell a 1-hour session in front of 30 students for £80. In just 1 year, the business has delivered 117 sessions across 4 counties, totalling a revenue of £10,000.
So how has our business transformed our beneficiaries' lives?
Our employees have had a stable income for an entire year. This has enabled them to clear their debts and start to invest in their own futures.
All of our employees have been able to move from overcrowded, shared housing into brand new stable accommodation.
Terry epitomises the
I
our
can
beneficiaries.
change potentially a kid's future from the stories that I heard or things that I've been through. I speak and drop in the room, potentially save someone from putting themselves at risk. It's not just the kids, it's the teachers as well, for educating the teachers.
She can now educate a room full of people, not only controlling a classroom, but commanding it. She even independently secured a booking of £1,200.
On screen is an email from one school's head of personal development. This shows that Terry's sessions are so impactful that he plans to integrate Think for the Future into his own school's curriculum as of next term.
Our customers have truly seen the value in Think for the Future, proven by our rebooking rate of 91%. This allows us to both maintain and grow our customer base, ensuring the sustainability of our business.
Think for the Future's impact is not limited to our employees. What's unique is that the product of our business is also a social impact. Over the past year, our beneficiaries have delivered vital education to 1,374 at-risk pupils. This means that
Most would see this as mission accomplished. Not Enactus Nottingham.
We are scaling our business to become a national service provider for the SHE through the Young Foundation's prestigious Accelerator programme. To do this, we have a guaranteed investment of up to £80,000, allowing us to grow the enterprise and step away through the employment of a full-time business manager.
It's more than just job creation. Think for the Future is a business that is centred around life transformation. Their past once held them back, yet now propels them forward.
All this whilst creating a profitable local business in a competitive UK market. Think for the future, has thought for the future. We are now going to talk you through Empower Malawi.
Malawi, the 8th poorest country in the world. Lake Malawi, the 3rd biggest lake in Africa. It forms the country's biggest commodity. For rural, underdeveloped communities living along the lake, this is their only industry. Overfishing has caused fish stocks to deplete by 90% in the past 20 years. Fast forward another 20 years, and the impact on the lake could be devastating. With 3,500 communities completely reliant on the fishing industry for both their income and food source, it's hard to imagine what this could mean for them. Fishing is done at night, using paraffin lamps to attract fish to the surface of the water. Fishing is a seasonal industry. There are 9 good months, but fuel for the lamp costs £7 per night, often leaving fishermen with little profit to show for a night's work. In the remaining 3 months, there is no catch, leaving households with no income and no food. How do you improve livelihoods and decrease fish catch? This is our solution. Empower Malawi is based around our solar-powered fishing light. We install solar panels on the roof of a community entity, such as schools or community centres. Due to the fishing lights being solar-powered, the entity is able to rent the lights to fishermen within the community for just £2.50 a day. The fishermen now spend on fuel in a month what they previously did in 1 week. This is a saving for the fishermen of £4.50 per night, reducing their expenditure by 64%. Because their profits are increased when renting our lights, fishermen can not only catch fewer fish, but generate higher profits. Therefore, we cap our lights battery at 7 hours, reducing catch by 20%. This creates a real financial incentive for fishermen to fish sustainably. Catching less fish still earns you more money. The fishing light rental business generates £6,200 per year. Through a franchising model, 50% of the profit generated is paid to Empower Malawi Limited. Empower Malawi's 50% funds a contingency for equipment repayment and scheme expansion. To compensate for the reduction in fish within the community, our income also funds microfinancing of alternative protein businesses to women within the community, producing a reliable source of protein and allowing the creation of a new, stable industry. This reduces the reliance on the lake for both food and income. To bring this all together, we have an employee on the ground, creating a sustainable way to monitor and grow the enterprise.
Today we want to show you how through the creation of our fishing light rental business, we've transformed the fishing industry, created a new, stable food industry and reduced reliance on the lake. Not only have we transformed individual lives, we have transformed whole communities.
Empower Malawi is now operating in 2 districts. After handing in their paraffin lamp as a deposit, fishermen rent our lights from one of our business managers, Frank in Ruawe and Michael in Kondowe.
Previously across these districts, 290 fishermen struggled to break even, struggled to feed their families, all because of the price of paraffin.
But these 290 fishermen are now Empower Malawi fishermen. This reduces their costs by 64% every night.
The saving they make in a week using our lights can feed a child for 7 months.
All this this whilst reducing fish catch by 20%.
Allow them to fish for less time, spend more time with their families.
Fish sustainably.
Their lives,
Their industry
their future.
Has been transformed.
August, first I made a lot of money. Working is somehow expensive than price. So we keep money from this side. At least we don't keep money. Some of the money we spend from school fees, some we fund it. Yeah.
But it doesn't end here.
The profitability of our rental business exceeded our expectations. For the community entity, our 2 rental businesses have generated an operating profit of over £6,000 this year. In any given year, our 2 community businesses will generate £12,400.
This is equivalent to the annual salary of 36 Malawian teachers.
Most would see this as mission accomplished.
not Enactus Nottingham.
We see opportunity.
The opportunity to harness these
To
profits.
trigger mass economic development.
Whilst 50% of the operating profit is received by the community entity, the other 50% is paid to our business, Empower Malawi Limited, as a monthly franchise fee. We spend our money in 3 ways.
Replacement and repair of solar equipment, expansion into neighbouring areas, and investment into alternative food businesses.
Why do we invest into these food businesses? Almost all of the food provided within the village is from fishing. This means in the 3 months where there is no fishing, there is little access to food.
Therefore, in order to remove the community's food reliance from the lake, we invest into alternative food businesses, such as our chicken coops. To do this, we created a microfinance fund for unemployed women in the community.
These women were undervalued and underskilled. The only way of supporting their family was through subsistence farming. Now, they're empowered entrepreneurs who run and manage their own chicken coops, selling eggs within the community. They earn £20 a month, 30% above the average Malawian wage.
Not only this, we created an additional business, supplying affordable chicken feed. This demonstrates how every element of our project is interlinked, and we have created a micro-economy.
Empower Malawi is a self-scaling enterprise. It will carry on expanding long after we step away.
Following the success of our first scheme in Malawi, the developmental organisation, Badwa, saw the value in Empower Malawi, investing £28,000 of social capital.
This acts as a catalyst, allowing us to invest in 4 additional schemes. Once we reach 5 schemes, our business profits alone enable a new scheme to be set up every 7 months.
After this, it's exponential growth. The more it expands, the faster it grows.
We are aware that it is not sustainable for us to attempt to scale the business from Nottingham. Therefore, our man on the ground at Kesha is employed to direct expansion.
Akasha has found stability, with a guaranteed income of £35 a month, 150% above the average Malawian wage. In less than a year, not only has he been able to clear his debts, he has finally been able to turn his family's life around.
Highlighting his appreciation for Empower Malawi, he even named both of his children after our members, Dan and Lucy. Kesha is now central to his own community's purpose.
To make sure that we are using sustainable fishing lines, it will also transform your community. Apply this way sustainability in everything that you are doing. Do not believe in handouts. Do not believe in handouts.
Kesha truly is a man empowered.
As well as these direct impacts, we also have a large indirect impact. Paraffin is a pollutant.
When we're using a technique, some of the fish we can get some diseases through paraffin. But in the nights, they will never get any disease, you know? Yeah.
By eradicating paraffin, the fish are no longer contaminated. Not only this, we prevent 126 tonnes of carbon dioxide being emitted into the atmosphere every year, equivalent to flying a jumbo jet for 1,247 hours.
The final way we ensure whole community development is by dedicating 50% of our profits to our Empower Malawi Community Development Fund.
For example, in Malawi, this money sustains and runs a community nursery, providing a gateway to education for hundreds of underprivileged children.
Teach a man to fish, and he'll overfish the lake. Teach a man to fish with our solar-powered fishing lines, and he will save money, prevent pollution, fish sustainably, and develop his entire community.
Empower Malawi was created for the struggling fisherman, but has evolved into so much more.
Transforming whole communities,
Building a microeconomy of interconnected businesses.
Impacting 3,220 lives.
Let's pause for a moment. What we want you to take away from Empower Malawi is more than just numbers. It's what these numbers mean for this family.
He's a father, but he's also a fisherman, bringing home 35% more money every single day.
She's a mother, but she now runs her own business, supporting her family and her community with food 365 days of the year.
their children, but children now with sustainable access to education, from nursery to adulthood.
But this is just one family. This is just one story. It's the same for the other 240 families living across the two communities we've transformed.
It's 3,220 real lives, 240 real families, 2 real communities. This is the breadth, this is the depth of Empower Malawi's impact.
Both this year, Think for the Future and Empower Malawi have impacted the lives of 4,599 individuals, both at home and across the globe.
We have created 2 innovative, scalable businesses that have truly, sustainably transformed lives.
Today, we stand here humbled, knowing that our vision has become a reality.